What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering bonus video tonight, which means if you're seeing this, you happen to cross my channel because YouTube didn't send a notification. So if you did see it, there's a share button below that allows you to throw it out on social media, or if you check out my pinned tweet on my Twitter account, twitter.com/thequartering, and help by retweeting it, I'd greatly appreciate that. I get that people don't want to get 100 notifications a day. I totally understand that. But today was just jam-packed with juicy news, and this mystery is perplexing. Now, I've been on record saying positive things about exactly two Kotaku employees as far as I can remember. The first being Jason Schreier, who, in spite of himself, has done some good investigative journalism for Kotaku. Although I can frankly tell his heart's not really in it anymore, given all he ever does is produce the exact same developer crunch is ruining everybody's lives. Please don't buy these video games, and insert a new developer in whatever game had just come out. And that's just gotten stale. Look, people are employed voluntarily. They're welcome to leave. I just don't care as much as I used to. Call me callous. Maybe that's true. And the other employee, an employee that I actually genuinely like, an employee that I used to speak to, semi-frequently early on, was Tim Rogers. And in fact, I've always referred to Tim as kind of like the one lone bright spot at Kotaku, in particular his videos, in which I actually didn't mind sharing out to people either, because look, credit where credit is due. I've often talked about using the archive link and things like that, but if it's good stuff, then it's good stuff. Interesting tale, though, because as of today, he has decided to announce he's quitting. In this announcement, as many of you have decoded from my recent videos, I've decided to step away from full-time work at Kotaku. I actually didn't pick up on that. I watched his pre-review of Cyberpunk and his pre-review of Final Fantasy VII, and I didn't really get that take. Maybe I didn't know him as well as those closer to him did. That's probably true. I've decided to step away from full-time work at Kotaku effective today in order to focus on Action Button's truck hack and other exciting endeavors and my health. I will continue to contribute to Kotaku or perhaps some other outlets as a freelance video producer, exclusively games, and writer. Will I start a Patreon and make my own videos for a website, perhaps called Action Button? I won't say no. Will I start a podcast? Maybe. I'm open to offers. I'd love to work with Tim, to be honest with you. I love his dry sense of humor. Maybe it's a Midwest thing. I don't know. I've always enjoyed that. At any rate, positive commenters on my videos often compliment my ability to tell stories. I would not have this ability without stories. For the past 3 years, my life has been about thinking about video games. I'm running out of stories. I need to live some more. I realize I've accumulated a network of references and connections that make this decision easier for me. I don't want to romanticize it too much, so I won't be like I'm throwing my health insurance card in the sewer and returning to my previous trash gutter lifestyle. Suffice to say, if you like my content, I promise I'll be making more of it. Heck, maybe even more than before. Who knows? I'll even start streaming. It's just not going to happen soon. I need to take care of a couple things and get some stuff ready. I hope I'll be active slightly more, independent content creator by the time Animal Crossing comes out, and I promise I'll get there before the Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. Until then, as I make the complicated preparations for my content avalanche, it'd make me feel pretty good if I saw the subscriber and follower numbers go up on the following YouTube channels, and that's his Action Button channel. He also links his PayPal. Here's my editor. Please come back and do another holiday shopping guide. Hey, there you go. And most of the people obviously saying kind things to him. I don't think that Tim Rogers really rubbed people the wrong way. Even in my conversations with him directly, I've reached out to him to ask why he quit. No reply. He doesn't owe me one, but he had previously responded to me quite frequently when I ask questions. And then when I look at Jason Schreier trying to spin this. I will miss Tim. I will miss Tim a great deal and simply can't imagine why so many talented staff have left this company since October 29th. And that is, of course, the beginning of the big, stick to sports thing, the Deadspin thing, when Jason Schreier himself was openly defiant of his own boss. And look, credit where credit is due. At the time when these people were whinging and complaining about Gizmodo Media, I said it. I said, hey, look, you're free to go find a job somewhere else. And several of them have. I believe at Wired.com, a couple of them went over to. I don't know what Tim's going to go up to. But if you see through this problem, too much herb. Maybe he enjoys his flour. Not a problem by me. This guy works at BuzzFeed. Rip Deadspin and the loss of these talented people across your network. I wonder why. I treasure the ongoing work that you and Heather Alexandria, she's still there, I guess, for now. Nat is extra and Mitty Myers do. Tim is without a doubt the best thing that ever happened to Kotaku in recent years in general, not to mention the videos. Such a shame. One of life's great mysteries. So, here's the thing. Schreier is obviously implying that this is Tim's issue with management, and that's why he quit. But Tim had never once, not ever, indicated to me that he was unhappy. In fact, I talked to him directly several times, asking him, hey, are you going to maybe, stay? Are you going to, what is the issue that, when I talked about all these other people leaving Kotaku, he's the only person that would even reply to me. But he wasn't really ratting on anybody. He didn't share any real specifics or anything, but he definitely didn't seem like somebody that was overly political, or at least not publicly. And the other interesting thing to this mystery is, just a little while ago, Tim was right around this time where a reply said, "Please quit Kotaku, Tim. Don't sink with this ship." He replied very lengthily. Is that even a word? Probably not. Do you have any idea how monstrously insulting this is to me, this comment is? First of all, Kotaku is a profitable website whose owners love profit. So the ship is not sinking outside of its reputation with people who get their views via the insipid 30-minute monologues of an idiot who purposely misreads things loudly. I thought maybe he was talking about me directly. He never said that. Maybe he was. That's fine. Friends are allowed to take shots at each other. Acquaintances are allowed to take shots at each other, especially if it's, in good fun. Furthermore, if improbably this website did vanish tomorrow, so what? What are you trying to say? Are you saying that if I stayed at this job until the website disappeared or closed, that would somehow ruin my chances of getting another job or independently making videos? How exactly would that work? If you like my videos, thanks. Though by logically connecting Kotaku's hypothetical demise to my own, you're essentially telling me that I have no talent outside of the brand that pays my rent. And that is disgustingly insulting to me, to be perfectly honest. Kotaku is a pretty good website. You should try reading it instead of letting a third-hand mouth breather histrionically misread it to you. Again, I don't know who that's about. He had no problem. I asked him. I don't think he said anything. He could have just been being polite. Look, until I have any evidence otherwise, Tim is one of the good ones, and I really do wish him the best. I thought it was pretty odd, to be totally honest with you, that we follow each other, and I wanted to produce this video at like 3, 4 o'clock. I started DMing him at like 1 or 2. I DM'd him like just kind of a, hey, good luck, asked him some questions, none of which did he reply to, all of which is his absolute right. I'm not like dumping on the guy for not replying to me, but it's not like he hasn't been on Twitter. I mean, he's been, as of 4 minutes ago, replying to people on Twitter and purposely not replying to me. Here's Adam Conover saying, hey, I've enjoyed your videos a lot over the last few years. Looking forward to following your next projects, wherever they could be. He's a comedian. You may have heard of him. From Adam Ruins Everything, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible show. So maybe if Tim likes Adam Conover, maybe that tells you a little bit about where his personal beliefs are. But He never let that really bleed into anything publicly, at least not what I saw. And as far as I'm concerned, Kotaku just lost their last decent employee. If this is all a result of the Gizmodo media stuff, that'll be interesting to continue to follow. If this is just Tim going out on his own, sure, I wish him the best regardless. But there's been a long list of high-profile people that have quit Kotaku in the past couple of weeks. So something is clearly going on that they're not saying publicly. And it'll be very interesting. Really, the final domino here, I believe, will be Schreier. Schreier has gone out of his way to, how do I say it? Kick and scream. His behavior resulted in Kotaku losing money. And Patrick Klepek probably protected him. Maybe Schreier's on an administrative leave that nobody's talking about. I don't know. But certainly all of the big names that we've known for the past couple of years have jumped ship in the past couple months. And obviously it takes time to line new things up. Maybe you don't like your new manager. You got to find a new job. You can't just find it immediately. And you would just be an idiot to quit on principle if you didn't have something else lined up. I totally respect that. Maybe some of these people will go on to produce some high quality content. I certainly hope Tim stays independent and does some awesome things. But there's definitely something fishy that continues to go on at Kotaku, and Tim ignoring my questions as why he quit doesn't instill inspiration in me that he just decided to quit. Especially given how aggressively he fought back against people saying, hey, why don't you quit this job? Then 2 weeks later, he quit the job. So something's going on. Something's going on with Tim. He doesn't have to tell me. He doesn't owe me nothing. So the best of luck to you, Tim. I'll continue to follow your work and hope you not just land on your feet, but, exceed where you ever were at Kotaku and build your own brand. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be looking forward to reading all your comments in the comment section down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.